Assalamu alaikum students. I am your teacher Aisha Anwar. I hope all of you are fine and busy with your studies. As you all know that we are studying chapter number 2 from your book. This chapter is about software basics. In previous lectures, we have discussed what is a software and what is hardware and what are the different classification and types of softwares. In today's lecture, we will cover about the utility softwares. First of all, let's revise some previous concepts. As we all know that computer is an electronic machine which comprises of two parts. These are software and the other is hardware. We know that without software, hardware can't do anything, and without hardware, software can't do anything. In order to make our computer system functional, we must have proper hardware with appropriate software. We know that there are different types of hardware that are attached to the computer. And all the devices that are attached to the computer are collectively known as peripheral devices. This is already discussed in chapter number 1. Computer hardware is comprises of two types of devices, input devices and output devices. The keyboard and the mouse are the commonly used input devices. Monitor and printer are the commonly used output devices. Now, what is a software? A software is a group of computer programs that gives the instructions to the computer what to do and how to do. Anything that you see inside your monitor screen is the software. We cannot touch the software. Software is basically the form of instructions that are given to the computer. As we all know that software has two main types, that is system software and application software. System software has its own various types and application software has its own various types. We are covering system software and its types right now. Without proper software, we cannot do anything on computer hardware, and that computer hardware is of no use for us. So we must have proper software installed on our computer system. Now, system software has further three types. A system software is basically the collection of software that is designed to control, operate, and enhance the processing capabilities of the computer. It means that without proper system software, we cannot do any task on our computer system. System software is now further divided into three categories. Number 1, operating system. Number 2, device drivers. And number 3, utility programs. We have already covered operating systems and device drivers. In today's lecture, we will cover utility programs and its types. Utility programs are divided into 3 subcategories or 3 subtypes. These are disk cleanup, file explorer, and photo viewer. There are so many other utility programs are also available, and we have already discussed them in previous lecture. In your book, these 3 utility programs are discussed in detail. So we will be discussing these 3 utility programs only. First of all, disk cleanup. Disk cleanup is a computer maintenance utility included in Microsoft Windows. It is basically designed to free up disk space on computer's hard drive. This utility searches and analyzes the hard drive for files that are no longer of any use, and then it removes the unnecessary files. There are many different file categories that disk cleanup utility targets when it performs its analysis. It performs basically the compression of old files. Compression means to shrink the file size. It also looks for temporary internet files. When we use internet facility on our computer, there are so many temporary internet files that are stored on our computer. And these files are just loaded on the computer and they are not needed by the user in normal routine. So disk cleanup utility searches for the temporary internet files so that they can be removed from the computer to free up the space which is occupied by the unnecessary files. Disk cleanup utility also looks for temporary Windows files. These files are only be used by the operating system, and if they are no longer needed, they can also be removed. This utility looks up into the downloaded program files and also in recycle bin. If there is some unnecessary data present in recycle bin or in downloaded program files, that will be removed. Disk cleanup utility will also be asked to remove the unused application or optional Windows components that are no longer needed. It frees up the offline web pages and some other components which are not commonly used. So, computer performs disk cleaning process in a smart way so that it can only removes unnecessary files, and it may give the options to the user to compress the files that are not accessed for the past some time. Microsoft Windows has its own disk cleanup utility. The latest version of Windows is Windows 10, and this cleanup utility is present in it. So if we summarize the duty of disk cleanup, we can say that its basic task is to free up the space that is utilized by unnecessary files. The second utility which is present in computer is the File Explorer. Using File Explorer, we can find out the files in our computer system. Basically, we all use File Explorer, but we don't know its name. Whenever you click on any folder, this type of window is opened. And this window is named as the File Explorer. File Explorer means you can explore different files present on your hard disk. You can see that here are different tabs present on File Explorer, like Home tab, Share tab, View tab. Each tab has different options, and these options are available in this ribbon area. This area is known as the ribbon. Now you can also see the arrowhead like this, which is upwards. It means you want to go backwards and forwards with the help of these arrowheads. On this left side, you can see that desktop, downloads, documents, pictures, and some other options are available. This area is known as navigation pane. This is the address bar. Address bar shows the current address of a file or the folder that you are in, that you are present in which folder. On this right hand corner, you can see the search box. If you want to search a specific file or folder, you can simply type the name of a file or folder in this search bar. When you open this File Explorer, you can see the different icons of files and folders like this. Now I am going to show you the File Explorer from my computer so that you can have better understanding. Let's have a short practical video. Now I am going to open up the folder. You can see the folder button is present on my taskbar. I am simply going to open. When I have taken my mouse over it, you can see the heading or its name written over here, that is File Explorer. Now I am going to simply click on this File Explorer. So this is the File Explorer. You can see the same things that I have explained to you. These are the arrowheads. These are the tabs: Home tab, Share tab, and View tab. We can have different options over here, like if I want to see the large icons, if I want to see the medium sized icons, if I want to see the small icons like this, or list like this, or with details like this, or if I want to show it in some tiles mode or content mode, there are different modes available. You can select any of your requirements. Like for example, if I'm going to select this content or tiles, let's select this tiles mode. Here are the list of folders which are frequently used by me. These folders are chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 7. As nowadays we are recording lectures for different classes, so I have created chapter wise folders for the classes. So chapter 3 has its own files, chapter 4 has its own file, chapter 7 has its own file. On this left hand side, you can see this is the navigation pane. Through this navigation pane, you can easily move into your computer's different place like C drive, D drive, E drive, or desktop, or some other locations. Here on the right upper corner, you can see the search quick access. On this search quick access, let us search something like I'm going to find out the file named as lecture 3. Okay, you can see that there is a file which has the word lecture, LEC, lecture. So it has matched with the lecture and the file is opened over here. Okay, if I want to search some other file like chapter 2, no, there is no file like this. But if I want to search some other files or folder like class 7, there is nothing to show. You can simply find out the files by type the name of those files in the search bar. So using File Explorer, you can go through the different files and the folders. Now, if I want to open some folder like class 7, I am opening it. Now here you can see I have created some different files in this folder. Now you can see that if I'm going to press this left arrowhead key, I will be moving back towards the folder or the place where I opened the class 7 folder. Now, if I want to go or to open that folder again, whether I can click on this folder or simply I can move or I can press this right arrowhead key to open up that folder. So this folder contains the files for class 7th. So this is the File Explorer. We can simply explore different files and folders using the File Explorer. Here in the right corner, if you can see, it has the scroll bar. Scroll bar is used to move the page up and down. Like this. So this File Explorer utility is also present in Windows to make our task easier. Okay, the third type of utility that is explained in your book is Photo Viewer. Photo Viewer is the utility that is present in Windows to open up the photos only, to open up the pictures. Using the photo viewers, we can go through the pictures one by one, and we can also have some options like to edit some type of pictures. Now I will be showing you the photo viewer in my computer. Okay, now let me show you the File Explorer utility. I have a folder named Pictures in my laptop. I am going to open it. Here you can see that there are 3 pictures. I am going to open them and these pictures will be open in the photo viewer utility. This utility helps us to view the photos only. Here you can see the different controls on the top, that is to zoom in the picture. If we want to zoom in the picture like this, if we want to delete the photo, if we want to add it to the favorites, if we want to rotate the photo like this, I'm going to rotate it. If you want to rotate it, photo viewer utility has its options. Now you can also see the options edit and create. We can edit the photos, like we can crop and we can add filters and different effects on it. We can draw something, we can add 3D effects, we can also add animated text over them like this. Here you can see I am going to draw something on it. So this is the photo viewer utility. In photo viewer utility, you can press the right or left button from your keyboard to move towards the next picture like this. So photo viewer utility allows us to view the photos in our computer in an efficient way. Now let's come back to the lecture. So here is your today's task. This is your exercise question 3, part 5. Briefly describe file management. All the file and folder are managed by the operating system. Different commands like cut, copy, paste, save, rename, etc. are provided to the user to help users manage files and folders. We can simply select any commands, like if you want to copy a file or cut a file or save a file or rename a file, we have been given options by the operating systems to manage the files. This is question number 4, part 1 to part 3. This is the part that we have already discussed in our previous lecture. So I thought to cover the relevant questions from that part too. Question number 1, explain some main features of system software. You just have to mention the name, as I have mentioned that these are close to the system, fast in speed, difficult to manipulate, difficult to design, and written in low-level languages. The question number 2 is to explain in detail how the operating system helps to configure devices. This topic is related to the device drivers that we have covered in our previous lecture. When the computer is turned on, the operating system checks all the device drivers. When a new device is connected to the computer, the operating system helps find the latest driver and configures the device. So this is the question number 3, part 3, question number 4. Describe the disk cleaner utility program in Windows and why it is used. We all know that it is the useful utility program. We can safely remove or delete the files that we no longer need. To help improving the performance of computer and hard disk, use the disk cleaner utility to remove the temporary and unnecessary files. It is safe and it is easy to use. Here, please make a correction. It should be like, it should not be off, but it is or over here. Remove off, it is remove or delete files. There is a typing mistake. Please make correction when you write its answer. That's all for today. If you are having any confusion or any question, please ask me anytime. Have a good day. Thank you.